Hello, we are at Creativation's Sizzix booth, and oh my goodness, Tim is here.
That's right.
And so you don't have to listen to me, you're going to listen to Tim showing you all the fabulous samples.
Some cool stuff, I'm telling you. We've got so much cool inspiration at the show. If you've watched any of the Facebook Lives, you know that there's a lot of great new stuff coming out on the market, but to see it all come to life at Creativation, that's where it is. So these are the samples that I want to take you through. First, we'll start with kind of the industrial look of the new cityscapes. Now, if you haven't seen the booth, kind of step back a little bit and take a look at that. They have taken this entire concept and made it larger than life with this booth display. So a huge shout out to Marty and Jen and Kevin at the team at Sizzix, because they did a great job. But Cityscapes is really designed to kind of create your own city, whether you're doing a skyline or the industrial buildings or suburbia or commute. And what I like about this line is that you can have a very cool kind of industrial look, you know, whether you're doing your buildings or skyline, but it also has a touch of whimsy, right? You can create some really fun and playful cityscapes doing really whatever style or color palette that you like. And I think that's what's really important when it comes to die cuts, is remembering that this is a shape, this is a tool that you can use to your creative style. You can see down here that we've taken these and not only created cards, but also a little shadow box. So that's just using the skyline just to create a little bit of mixed media, which I think is really unique when it comes to working with dies. You can see it can have a travel theme if you want to use a couple of the buildings, but you can also use the new gears that we did, the pipes, the texture fade. Take a look at this mixed media using the new pipe style, where you can create your own kind of underwater plumbing, which I think is really cool, or underground plumbing, I should say, and using it in such a cool industrial way. That to me is what I love about die cuts, is anything that you can imagine, you can do. Now, this is a good example too, because we've got some really great kind of industrial steampunk samples here, but if you look off, we even included just a much softer look, whether it comes to die cuts or texture fades or even the new alphabets. We have two new alphabets, Marquee and Art Deco, and using these to create a nice soft look or kind of a retro colorful look. I think that to me is what the versatility of die cuts are all about. Now you look on this side, and we've gone from that whole kind of urban industrial look to a much softer side with flowers and butterflies and words and scrolls. And there's a lot of great new thin knits. We've got the new wildflowers too, another tattered floral. This is the mini one. We've got some mini layered butterflies. We've got 3 new word dies. Now that is the thin font that we released last Halloween and Christmas. And the skinny font is really cool because you can use it not only as a background, like on this birthday card, but you can also take that and knock out the letters to create that negative space. And I think having that thin font's really cool because you can create a lot of versatility. Layered with the new wildflowers, or whether you're working with the detailed butterflies or even these new bold scrolls, I think really cool, because I think it's also, I don't know, I tell people, you have to do what works for you. Some people are full-on card makers, or maybe you're a scrapbooker, or maybe you're into art journaling, or maybe you're into mixed media. That's the versatility of a die. You can take that shape and apply it to your liking, give it whatever color overlay you want to give it. I think that makes it really great. Here we've shown some of the flowers that are kind of gathered together. Here we've combined that with the tiny tattered floral that we did last year to make something dimensional. And then these guys, these little houses and lanterns. These are 2 new Biggs L dies. They're right up here on the top. And these are steel rule dies designed to cut chipboard. So you can actually cut chipboard from these and create these dimensional pieces. It creates these dimensional houses, and that means it's got the roof, the side, the walls. And what I like about that is you can give it a vintage look. Down here you can give it kind of a botanical look, and then down here you can give it a colorful look that you can use for home decor, any of that. Pretty cool, really versatile. The lantern, this is sized to fit a tea light. So you can put a battery operated tea light in there. You can make a garland of those for a patio. Here, this is a great idea of just making it into a wedding favor and filling it with a little bird seed right inside, put the little bride and groom's name on the top. So again, it's about creating these shapes that are going to have a lot of use for you as the crafter. Now, another one of my favorites is this new intricate bird cut die. Take a look at that. If it's the new mini frame panels from Ideology, it's great to layer. You can also use it like on the cover of a journal. It's got some really great detail to it. And what I like about this is a thinlet, but you can take this design and you can cut different sections out. So you can just have a flower in the corner if you want, or you can cut that off and you can just have a bird, or you can use these for just a flower and some branch. And I think that, again, having that versatility of working with your dies is what makes it cool. So let's finish up down here with all of the new texture fades. I wanted to incorporate some new texture that would have a variety, and a lot of these were inspired by my stencils I did with Stampers Anonymous. Seeing you guys using these stencils to create that texture in your project, I thought, well, what easier way than to have an embossing folder for it. So here you see we've used the embossing folders like the floral, where you've just inked the folder first, kind of debosses the color. Here you can take your texture fade and actually color it. Color it with your markers or your crayons and create a cool watercolor effect just by coloring over your embossed paper. Whether you're inking and creating kind of that cool resist background, or whether you're using the flip side of it and having the raised effect. That's the versatility of working with texture fades, that you can apply a different style of texture to your project. So as you can see here, tons of inspiration. That's what it's all about. So thanks for taking a tour with me. We'll see you guys.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to give our video a thumbs up and subscribe to Scrap Time videos on YouTube to be the first to see all our videos from Creativation.